everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome to a brand new episode in our brand new universe mode. This is going to be our first episode of the Raw brand. If you've not checked it out already, you can look back on this playlist, and there will be two other videos, I think, on this playlist. The first one will be the draft that we did, which was a really fun episode, actually. It's quite a long one, so if you haven't got a lot of time, there is a second episode, which is just an introduction video to this roster. It will show you all the guys that were drafted to Raw, all the tag teams, stables, women, all that sort of stuff. So it's definitely worth a watch. But enough about that. Let's have a look at the card I got set for you this evening. I will prefix this by saying that the game has booked some of these matches itself. Just like the first one here. As we're going to see John Cena, Mankind and Rowdy Roddy Piper fight it out in a triple threat match. Interesting one, that one. Then we go on to crown our first Raw Tag Team Champions. It's going to be the Giants, Andre the Giant and the Big Show, taking on the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara. A little bit of David and Goliath going on there. Then we have one of our rivalry matches. We've got Sami Zayn taking on Cesaro. Then we've got a fatal four-way for the Raw Women's Championship as Becky Lynch, Asuka, Nia Jax and Bayley all collide. We have another rivalry match in the shape of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat taking on Macho Man Randy Savage. We've got a four-man ladder match for the WWE European Championship, which is, of course, the mid-card championship on Raw. And then we're going to finish things off this evening with our big main event. Our GM of Raw is going to be Shane O'Mac. I know it doesn't really make sense because he lost at WrestleMania, but not a problem. I'm still enjoying it. And yeah, he's put these two guys together to fight it out for the Raw Championship, Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Now, just like Nitro, I did mention that because I don't really have as much time as I used to make these videos, we're not going to watch all the matches. We'll watch 3 or 4 on a normal episode. So we are going to skip through, and I think we'll just watch the 4 championship matches. That's the way it's going to be, I think, going forward in this universe mode. We'll watch 3 or 4 matches per weekly show, and then, of course, pay-per-views, we'll watch them all. But yeah, let's simulate this first triple threat match, which was won by John Cena. He pinned Mankind. No big surprises there, then. That should put John Cena a bit higher up in the championship rankings. Zayn versus Cesaro. A good victory picked up for Sami Zayn, who's now on a hot streak as well. Cesaro won't be happy with that, but that's only the beginning of the feud. Obviously, we will get a bit more into this feud as we go on. This first week, we're just going to be doing championship matches. I really wanted to watch this match, but next week, of course, we will do. Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage. Big victory there for Randy Savage, and he's picked up himself a momentum boost as well, so good for him. And that leaves us with the last 4 matches. We're going to start things off with the Raw Tag Team Championships. Let's go. And like I said, that Raw Tag Team Championship match is going to be the Giants, the Big Show and Andre the Giant, taking on the Lucha Dragons in what is bound to be a massive David and Goliath battle. And here we go with the entrance, this brand new tag team. It wasn't something I was planning to do, but when they both got drawn on the same roster, it just made a little bit of sense to put these two guys together. It obviously boosts up the amount of tag teams we've got on this roster as well. But quite a few on this roster. We here have 9, I think it is. Got the Lucha Dragons, the Hart Foundation, Legion of Doom, the Hardy Boys, the Giants, the Nation of Domination, Edge and Christian, the Natural Disasters, and the Enforcers. So it's going to be quite a strong tag team division here on Monday Night Raw. And of course, both these guys could even go for the championship at some point as well. We did say that that Raw has actually managed to get themselves quite a retro roster from the draft, but also they picked up guys like Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan. So they've got quite a few younger names as well. They've got a nice mix actually, but they've got a lot of experienced guys. 2 of them being in the ring right now, and of course they're going to be fighting it out against the Lucha Dragons. Now, I've not really done a lot with Lucha Dragons on this game so far, and it's good. Just like I said on the Nitro episode, if you've seen it, I said just how great it is to spread everyone out a bit like we have on this game across the 4 rosters. It gives you a chance to use a lot of people that you've not really used much before. And Andre the Giant's not somebody who really got a lot of use in our previous universe mode. He was okay in the retro one. I think he was actually unbeaten, I think, with the championship. He was looking pretty strong. But now it gives us a chance to use more guys like the Lucha Dragons. And of course our our European Championship ladder match this evening as well. Get a few different names in there. And there are the Raw Championships. Of course, they are essentially the normal WWE Tag Team Championships at the moment. Of course, I've renamed them to make them make more sense. I'm chatting away here when I should be pressing start. There we go. We are underway, and it's going to be Kalisto and Andre the Giant to start things off. So, like I said, we are going to have 4 matches on this episode. We've got this Tag Team Championship match first out. Then we're going to have the Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. Then, of course, we've got the European Championship Ladder match. And we're going to finish things off with the Raw Championship match with Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. So, it's going to be quite an interesting episode. Very interesting episode. I'm trying to change the matches up as much as possible because I could have quite easily just created all the same match types, Fatal 4-Ways and over the top rope Battle Royals and that sort of stuff. But I'm trying to make it a little bit different. And it's definitely going to be even more different for Thunder in a few days' time. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Thunder's general manager is going to be Eric Bischoff. So that might give you some idea of what we've got planned to decide the Thunder Championship in our main event. Definitely going to be worth a watch. And the Thunder roster was incredible as well. Thunder got Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler, Cactus Jack, Baron Corbin, Bad News Barrett, The Undertaker, Sting, Booker T, Hulk Hogan, Eddie Guerrero, RVD. Yeah, Thunder's got an amazing roster, and I can't wait to use them. And they've also got, the best thing about Thunder is they've really have got a nice mixture. They've got some legends, they've got some young up and comers. Thunder have got Enzo and Cass, they've got American Alpha, they've got the Revival, but they've also got the NWO. They've got Harlem Heat. So and they've got the New Day as well. So it's a nice mixture for Thunder. And I'm looking forward to doing their show in a couple of days' time as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Of course, there will be a link in the description below to all of the playlists. Of course, if you're watching this on the same day it comes out, a few of those playlists might be dead links until we get the first video uploaded. So yeah, just keep an eye out for them. It's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to doing this now. I've always wanted to do something along the sort of lines of the draft and everything like that, but I've always stayed away because I thought it'd be better for you guys if I stayed a bit more realistic and tried to imitate things like Ring of Honor and Global Force Wrestling, which I really enjoyed doing. But I think this is going to be better for us, and having not as many created wrestlers on the game as well is really making it run a lot smoother than what it currently was. Because I had to completely delete the game and all the saved files, which is why it's taken me quite a while to get that sorted up again. I had to delete everything because I just ran out of space for logos, and the logo manager of deleting logos is just so slow. It was painful. So I decided the best thing to do was just basically to delete the game, delete the save file, and just start completely from scratch. So I've had to download all the wrestlers, all the arenas, get the championship. So that's why it's taken me a while to get back to this sort of point of Sin Cara going for the pin here on Andre the Giant. And what an amazing victory this would be if the Lucha Dragons could pick up the win over the Giants. Sin Cara now with a reverse Hurricanrana on Andre the Giant. Very interesting, very interesting. I'm surprised that he's doing so well in this one. Okay, that's a little bit unrealistic with the weight. I'm sure weight detection's turned on, but it never seems to have an effect on this game at all. There's the pin once again by Sin Cara. It's only enough for a 2 count, and Andre slides free. Oh, great running dropkick there, and another one. Sin Cara trying to knock Andre off his feet, but Andre just catches Sin Cara in that clubbing blow across the back, sending him face first into the mat. And in comes the Big Show. Now, like I say, I have tweaked quite a few of the stats on this universe mode as well, just to try and make it more realistic to what I think should happen. And one of the ones I've really reduced is the Big Show, because Big Show starts the game at like a 90. And I don't see the Big Show as a challenger to any championships at the moment. So I've not reduced a lot of his stats. All I've really done is I've just reduced his movement speed, and I've reduced his grapple and strike speed, which is realistic to what it is now. I think I've got him down to about an 86, 87. Because I don't even think Big Show would win the Intercontinental Champion. I don't think they would ever put that anywhere near him now. There's the pin by Big Show, and it's very, very close to a 3 count there on Sin Cara. And a super kick by Big Show. That was a little bit out of left field. I wasn't expecting that. A Big Show just stomping on the gut of Sin Cara. And Big Show's wrenching back at the neck. Big Show now taking Sin Cara up, looking for a gorilla press, and Sin Cara fell down the back, and there's the German suplex. Beautiful move. Taking Big Show down, and Sin Cara really showing a lot of fight in this one. Crucifix bomb on Big Show as well. There's the tag, and in comes Kalisto. Can Kalisto continue the work that Sin Cara's been doing? Lovely springboard crossbody by Kalisto. Now just stamping on the gut of Big Show. And you know what? The Lucha Dragons are really looking strong in this one. I'm surprised how well they've actually been doing. Using the ropes to his advantage once again. Kalisto slowly back up to his feet. Big Show still struggling now. Crawling back up. Big Show rolls through that one. Brings Kalisto in the middle of the ring. Takes him up high, and Kalisto rolls through into the sunset flip. Could this be all? 1, 2. Oh, the Lucha Dragons nearly stole the tag team championships there. Another Hurricanrana by Kalisto on the Big Show. Brings Big Show back up to his feet. Rolls him through, and a big kick to the side of the head of the Big Show. It's insane. Kalisto doing so well here against the Big Show. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 1 count. Kalisto now will wonder what he has to do to keep the Big Show down. Yeah, like I say, if you do check out the introduction episode, the one before this on this playlist, have a look around and see what you think of the roster. Let me know what you think the weaknesses are of the roster, the strengths. Do you think it's a nice, fairly rounded roster as well? Of course, we are going to have roster steals as we go on in this universe mode. Raw and SmackDown will be sharing a pay-per-view on week number 4 of this month. That is going to be the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Each show is going to put out 3 matches. The 7th match on the show is going to be an inter-promotional match. The winner of the inter-promotional match will earn their brand a roster steal from the rival brand. So that's going to be interesting. Now, the steals are very interesting because they could be a male single. They could be a female single. They could be a tag team. They could even be a stable. So there's a chance that that SmackDown could beat Raw, and SmackDown could take the whole of the NWO. They could take the whole of the Hart Foundation. It's a possibility. Or they could end up with Goldust. So it could be anything, really. And that's why we're gonna continue just to have the rosters just float around a little bit and make them a little bit different every now and again. I'm hoping by only doing 3 or 4 matches per show, it's really going to speed this universe mode up as well. If we can get through it a bit quicker, we can get to some of the more interesting parts, the pay-per-views and championship matches and stuff like that. So that's the reason behind only doing. I'll probably do about 3 matches on a normal weekly show, but because we're doing all 4 championships, these first episodes are all going to have 4 matches. Of course, the pay-per-view we will play all 7 matches. Definitely worth doing that. But yeah, I think on a normal weekly we'll play 3 matches depending on what looks good. We'll let the computer book most of the card unless we've got something specific we want to do. Andre the Giant takes Sin Cara up high and drops him down hard. Pulls him into the middle of the ring, and could this be all for the Lucha Dragons as Andre drops his entire body weight across the chest of Sin Cara into the pin. 1. The referee is slow in this situation, very, very slow down. Not quite as slow as the Big Show, getting across to try and block off Kalisto, shall I say. As it looks like Kalisto and Big Show colliding on the outside. But Andre the Giant is lining Sin Cara up. Sin Cara reverses the jawbreaker. And there's that big armbar by Sin Cara on Andre the Giant. But Andre's arm is just too big for Sin Cara to hold that submission onto. And a big meat hook clothesline there by Andre. Oh, and Big Show, the big powerbomb, and Kalisto in the background as well. And all of a sudden the Giants are in control of this match over the Lucha Dragons. Kalisto trying to get out of the ring. Referee having a go at Kalisto. And there he goes. Andre now bringing Sin Cara back up to his feet. Catches the leg, picks him up by the throat and a choke slam. And Andre comes across and makes the tag into the Big Show. What an interesting finish that was to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I was so surprised they actually let Baron Corbin win that match. I'm happy, don't get me wrong, I think that's probably the one match on the entire show that I'm really happy about the result. But yeah, it was a surprise, that was. I didn't see that coming at all. Andre across, and Andre takes out Kalisto, and Big Show picks up the pinfall victory. And there we go, we got brand new tag team champions here on Tuesday Night Raw. It's going to be the Giants defeating the Lucha Dragons. Now, on paper, that's what I expected to happen, but I must say the Lucha Dragons really did well in this match. They really put on a great account of themselves, and this could have easily gone the other way. It could have easily gone the other way. As you see, just a few of the highlights, a lot of them are Lucha Dragon style. See Sin Cara there with that incredible feat of strength. Quite possibly the strongest man in the entire world. Of course, it was not enough to pick up the 3 count. And it was good work by Andre the Giant to get across the ring so quickly to block off... was it Sin Cara or was it Kalisto? I can't remember who got pinned now. There's the gorilla press by Big Show, and Kalisto rolled through into a sunset flip. I thought he could have had it won there, you know. But it wasn't quite enough. And you see Big Show just lining Sin Cara up for that WMD. That big punch, and there goes Sin Cara. He was down and out. And just watch how quickly Andre the Giant gets across the ring. Not what you'd expect from Andre, really. Cross the ring very, very quickly and just takes Kalisto out with that knee to the face. And there we go. Brand new tag team champions here on Tuesday Night Raw. It's the Giants. Interesting. Very interesting. Like I said, it's going to be a very hard-fought tag team division on Raw. We've got the Lucha Dragons, the Hart Foundation, Legion of Doom, the Hardy Boys. The Giants, of course, Nation of Domination, Edge and Christian, the Natural Disasters, and the Enforcers. If you guys have any ideas of who you would like to see face these two guys at our big pay-per-view coming up at Extreme Rules, then let me know in the comments section below. And can these two guys be beaten? Andre the Giant so far has been dominant on this game. If you watch my first season of Universe Mode, Andre really dominated the retro roster. And now in his first match here on our new Universe Mode, Andre the Giant picks up the Tag Team Championships. And here is our second match of the episode, and our second championship match of the episode as well. As we say, Becky Lynch, Asuka, Nia Jax, and Bayley all fight out for the Raw Women's Championship. Wow, we've finally made it here after what was quite possibly the longest loading screen I've ever seen in my entire life. We have finally made it here, and here is our first competitor in this Raw Women's Championship match. It's Asuka, making her main roster debut. Now, I'm thinking as well pretty soon of starting up a My Career mode on WWE, and I've got a really fun idea of how to do it as well. So let me know in the comment section below if you think that would be a good idea. Would you watch me doing a My Career mode? I've not tried it at all yet on this game, and I really want to have a go. It looks like it could be real fun, but like I said, I've not really done it at all. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that's a good idea? And yeah, I do have a pretty good plan of something really fun we could do. And quite topical as well. As Asuka awaits the entrance of our second competitor in this match. Which is going to be... I can't remember what order they got into the match as. I've got a feeling it might be Nia Jax. Based on the entrance, and it is Nia Jax. A newer Nia Jax has been made available on the Community Creations. I think it's made by the same person who made the one I had before, but just slightly changed the attire, I think. It looks quite a bit better, actually, I think. Let's see how she handles in the ring. Again, this is very, very different to our Women's Championship match we did yesterday. I don't think our Nitro roster has a very strong women's division, so maybe that's something they can have a look at. Triple H, of course, is the GM of our Nitro roster. He's also an active wrestler on there as well. Didn't put himself on the card yesterday, but the main event we had for Nitro, go back and check it out. It was CM Punk, Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar, and Kevin Owens for the Nitro Championship. It was an incredible match. Go and check it out if you get a chance. Like I said, there will be a link in the description to all the playlists for our 4 brands. It's definitely worth a watch. And of course, if you are looking for a bit of fun, I really enjoyed doing the draft episode. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time, like I said. It was real fun. So yeah, be sure to check that out if you've got a little bit of time. Or even if you're just doing something else and you want to stick something in the background, because there's not a lot going on visually. I'm just I'm putting the guys into all the rosters, so you can just listen to me draw the names. It was good. And here comes Becky Lynch. I like this new Becky Lynch I've got as well. Really is good. And I was so disappointed that neither Becky or Sasha managed to walk out of WrestleMania with that Women's Championship. For Charlotte to walk out the champion just made no sense to me whatsoever. It really did. But then again, the majority of the WrestleMania results didn't make any sense to me. I think I went into WrestleMania and I had the wrong winner for every single match. I was sure that the other person was going to win every single match. Apart from the pre-show, that was the only ones I actually got right. Everything on the main card I got completely wrong. As we await the entrance of our 4th and final lady in this match, it is going to be Bayley. The entrance video sort of makes half sense, I suppose. It's a shame you can't have the music on this game, because it's that's a good little entrance this is for Bayley. Yeah, you can't have the entrance music on this game because of the copyright rulings and bits and bobs. That I made the mistake when I very first did my first video. I left all the music on there and this, that and the other, and within a couple of days my video was flagged for copyrighted content and all that sort of stuff, so I had to take it all down. And I've learned from that, and I think that's something you've got to do when you're on YouTube. You've got to learn from the stuff you've done in the past and build upon it. And I think I've got better and better as time goes on at doing these videos now. I'm hoping you guys think that as well. I was a right mess when I started this. I could barely talk or anything like that, and now look at me. I'm putting out tons of bloody videos. I put out so many videos. Well, I'm recording this the day after WrestleMania, and I put out so many videos over the last few days. So that is the Raw Women's Championship. I'm considering changing the belt, considering what happened at WrestleMania last night. But that's the belt we've got at the moment, and that's the belt these 4 ladies are going to be fighting out for. I don't think it's really going to suit any of them. But yeah, I think we might change the look of the belt pretty soon. We might be able to get the new belt from the Community Creations pretty soon. I should imagine somebody's made it already. It's been a few hours since it was announced. I bet somebody's made it. And of course, this is a Fatal 4-Way Full Scan Anywhere match, which is what I like to do with Fatal 4-Way matches, because it means that you can win the match no matter where you are. And that's what happened in the match last, a couple of days ago on Nitro. It was definitely a watch, that main event. Just on paper, it sounds incredible, doesn't it? CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe. It was an incredible match. Also on the Nitro card, we also saw Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Neville for the Television Championship. What a match that was as well. Of course, we had 4 championship matches on Nitro. We're going to have 4 championship matches on Thunder in a couple of days' time as well. And, of course, 4 championship matches on SmackDown. And when we get into week number 2, it'll become a bit more stable. We'll start to get more into the feuds and stuff like that, which should be a lot more fun. I like doing championship matches, but I like to be able to build up to stuff as well, because at the moment we're just throwing people in a ring and just giving the people that I think deserve a championship match a championship match. Of course, on this roster we also have... I'm confused here. I'm confused. I'm really confused here. You know what? Bayley's not actually on this roster. Well, let's hope Bayley doesn't win, because she shouldn't be here. Bayley should be on Thunder. What on earth has happened there? This match should be Nia Jax, Asuka, Becky Lynch and Charlotte. That's what it should be. Well, I have completely buggered that one up, haven't I, really? Can we make it work? Well, that's what's happened at the moment. Let's just hope that Bayley doesn't win, and I'll try and... So that's the one thing about doing this this brand split. The game doesn't really help you out. When you create matches, it still shows you all of the people that are on the game. It'd be great if it would just show you the people that are on this roster. Because it was fine when I was doing my previous universe mode with Ring of Honor and Global Force and all that sort of stuff. I knew who wrestled in which roster. It was quite simple to work out. On this one, because everyone's been drafted, I've had to write it all down. And evidently, I've completely messed this one up. Should Bayley win, of course, we will figure something out. Maybe we could do it. Maybe we could do a trade, a brand trade, maybe. Maybe Raw could trade Bayley in and swap somebody out. Maybe I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Bayley's only got a 25% chance of winning this one. And currently, she's fighting against Asuka, so it's not going to be a very high chance of winning this one. As Becky Lynch going for the pin here on Nia Jax. Only for a 1 count though. And a big kick to the back by Becky Lynch on Nia. I'm a massive fan of Becky. Of course, Becky was our first women's champion on this year's Universe mode, our first serious Universe mode as well. And who knows, she could be the first women's champion in Raw as well here. All four of these girls really fighting out hard. And I must say, over this WrestleMania weekend, we had TakeOver and WrestleMania. And the two women's matches were probably two of the best matches across the weekend. Of course, you had Zayn versus Nakamura as well, which is incredible, as you can imagine. But yeah, I think the two women's matches were definitely right up there. And you knew it was going to happen. You knew that Sasha versus Charlotte versus Becky was going to be an incredible match at WrestleMania. It's just a shame that Charlotte won. It just makes no sense to me why Charlotte won that one, to tell the truth. I think it was definitely the time for one of the other girls to take the forefront. And now Becky Lynch has got a hold of the ring steps. What's she got planned here? I think she caught Nia Jax. Now she catches Asuka as well. And now catching Nia. Oh, and now taking Bayley out of the pin with them ring steps. And Becky is lethal with them ring steps. Again, just taking Bayley out as she was trying to pick up the pinfall victory. And Becky's done a lot of damage there to all three of her opponents in this one. And Asuka kicks out Becky, or Bayley, sorry, almost picked up the championship. Drop toe hold. And a big front slam there by Nia Jax on Asuka. And there's a big finisher maneuver, that big front choke slam. I don't think Bayley and Becky have noticed what's going on. Becky just hit a Bayley to belly on Bayley. And Nia Jax almost won the championship there in the background. That's the one thing you've got to do in a Fatal 4. You've got to keep an eye on your opponents because you don't know what they're up to. And Nia Jax almost walked away with the championship then. Nia again with the pin. Again, Bayley hasn't seen it. Now she has. But it's, oh, I was going to say it's too late. But Asuka kicked out once again. And now Bayley trying to take Nia Jax out. Oh, but Becky catches Bayley from behind into that German suplex. And now Becky rolling Nia Jax up into the calf killer. Or the calf crusher, as it's now called in WWE. And Becky breaks a hold once she sees Asuka coming for her. Asuka trying to break the pin, but Becky just won't break. And that's something I've noticed in these Fatal 4 matches over the last couple of days. It's really started to annoy me. Why can't people break a pinfall up in a Fatal 4? They all seem to punch the air above it. I don't understand why that's happening. Massive spine bust there by Bayley on Nia Jax. Asuka trying to pin Becky Lynch, and it was only enough for a 2 count. And all four of these girls now on the outside. Really close quarters as well. As Asuka going for the pin on Becky Lynch, and Nia Jax just launching Bayley by the hair across. She landed knees across them ring steps. Asuka now bringing Bayley back up to her feet. Oh, Becky, that big punch to the gut, and that's one thing I'm going to have to look at. Oh, Becky Lynch. There's the exploder suplex in for the pin on Asuka. 1, 2, and 3, and she's done it. She has done it for the second time in my universe mode. Becky Lynch is the first women's champion. First off, it was on WWE, and now it is going to be on Tuesday Night Raw. Bayley now can go back to Thunder to fight out for the Thunder Women's Championship. And Thunder has a really strong group of ladies as well. They've got on there Trish Stratus, Naomi, Nikki Bella, Emma, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Carmella. So a very strong women's division over on Thunder, and a very strong women's division here on Raw as well. Even if I did put the wrong person in the match. I'm sure you guys will forgive me for that, won't you? You'll forgive me. Got Tamina, Nia Jax, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss here on Raw. And of course, like I said, as we go through the universe mode, more people will join. They can fight out, or the 4 brands can fight out to try and recruit this person, whoever they may be. But I want to start things off sort of semi-realistic and stick to people that have been in WWE and are in WWE. As we get further on, of course, especially over the WrestleMania weekend, we've seen plenty of pictures of Bobby Roode in the in NXT, and Kota Ibushi was at NXT, and he was also front row at WrestleMania as well, Ibushi. So that again is something we'll have to keep an eye out for, because both those guys could quite easily join our WWE 2K16 universe mode at any of the 4 rosters. And there is a great sight. I'm a massive fan of Becky Lynch, and there she is, holding up the Raw Women's Championship. It's going to be very, very difficult to hold on to that belt in this universe mode. Like I said, with Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Tamina, Asuka, and Nia Jax are all after this girl now. And it'd be interesting to see how long she can hold on to this Women's Championship for. So that is 2 matches down, 2 championships down. We've got 2 left. Starting up next with our European Championship match. And here is that European Championship match. It's going to be a fatal 4-way ladder match. It's Jeff Hardy, Owen Hart, Edge, and Christopher Girard. Out of nowhere, Girard has got himself into this match. I probably could have booked somebody else, but I'm a big fan of Girard. I've met him a couple of times when he was in the UK. Obviously, Biff Busick used to work for Combat Zone Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla as well. And yeah, I think he will start getting an opportunity now that WrestleMania is out the way, and guys like Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe are all looking to move up to the main roster, to shake up the main roster a little bit. Guys like Christopher Girard, Rich Swann, Apollo Crews are really going to start to come into it now, I think. And with Austin Aries and Nakamura joining NXT as well, their roster is going to be so different, but still it's going to be incredible. And here we are, another very, very long loading screen. I don't think it was too bad. I think it just has to load the created entrance and the created wrestler. So I think the women's match was worse, obviously, because there was 4 created people to load. This, there was only 2, Owen Hart and Christopher Girard. And Owen Hart looks very, very good on this game, I must say. And let's see how he gets on in this European Championship match. Of course, the European Championship is our upper mid-card championship on this roster. Each show has one. Nitro has the Television Championship. Raw has the European Championship. Thunder has the United States Championship. And SmackDown has the Intercontinental Championship. So they've all got something different, just to try and spice things up a little bit. And any one of the 4 of these guys could really walk out of this one with the belt. We've seen before that the ladder matches are highly unreliable. Anything could really happen. And here comes a rated R superstar, Edge. What a great pull this was for Raw, because obviously all the single stars were drawn, and then they got to draw the tag teams as well. And by drafting Edge and Christian, Raw managed to get themselves 2 high-level superstars. Whereas if you draw, say, the Legion of Doom, you've drawn yourself a tag team. You draw Edge and Christian, you've drawn a tag team, but you've also drawn 2 main eventers, I suppose, if you look at it that way. And the Hardy Boys as well, someone that can split up and work individually. The Hart Foundation was a great pull as well, because they got Owen Hart, Jinder Mahal, Neidhart, British Bulldog, and they got Bret Hart. Bret Hart. So they've done well, Raw, with their teams. It could have been worse. And of course they got the Nation of Domination as well, which gave them an extra 5 people, including The Rock, who's not actually on tonight's card. But I'm sure The Rock will be sitting backstage watching the main event this evening. Of course, Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns for the Raw Championship. The Rock will be sat backstage thinking to himself, I want to get involved in that. I really do. And I'm wondering whether he might be getting involved in it pretty damn soon. Of course, our first pay-per-view for this roster is going to be in 4 weeks' time. It's going to be that Extreme Rules pay-per-view. They're going to be sharing alongside SmackDown as well. So it'll be interesting to see just what happens at that pay-per-view. And here comes entrant number 3 into the match. Of course, it is Jeff Hardy. A man who made his career in ladder matches. And will that help him out here this evening? It's difficult to say. It's definitely difficult to say. Now, of course, there are going to be other guys. Of course, because we've got Cesaro and Sami Zayn in our rivalry, that's sort of taken them two out. I would have liked to have had them two in this match, to tell the truth. We've also got... say, Daniel Bryan could go into Continental. We've got Ryback, I suppose, could at a stretch. We've got Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat as well. They're both Intercontinentals. Even Kalisto and Sin Cara could maybe go for that as well. British Bulldog, Owen Hart, of course, have got in this match already. So there's quite a few people that could really go for this championship. I'm sure Raw might be looking at maybe making a trade or two soon, because they probably would want to have a bit of younger intake in their roster. They've got quite a lot of established legends, like I've said before. So I wonder whether they might look at maybe making a trade. But they'd have to trade something pretty decent with some of these other rosters. A lot of these other rosters are really nicely rounded. Like I said, Thunder, which is our show coming up after this one, has got a very good roster. Quite a nice mixture of young stars. And of course, established guys as well. Including, of course, the NWO. They've got Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And they've got The Undertaker. They've got Sting. They've got Sheamus, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Cactus Jack, Bad News Barrett. They've got Zack Ryder, the Intercontinental Champion. How the hell that happened? I've got no idea. Eddie Guerrero, Apollo Crews as well as an interesting one. But enough about Thunder. Let's have a look at what we've got in front of us right now. This 4-way ladder match for the European Championship is underway now. As Jeff Hardy straight away just taking Christopher Girard down. Yeah, so Girard, I quite like Girard. I think he's only wrestled once or twice on NXT so far, on the actual TV shows. But like I said, I think with Sami Zayn's definitely up on the main roster now. If you saw what he did after his match against Nakamura, he basically stood there and waved goodbye to NXT. He knows that he's moved up to the main roster now full time. So it'll give people like Christopher Girard more of a chance to get some time on the television, show everyone what he can do. And he is a very good wrestler. He's coming something completely different to what WWE have currently got as well, or NXT's currently got. He's very aggressive, and he's very... I don't know what the right word is for it. He's very intense in what he does, and that's completely different to any of the other styles we've got in there at the moment. Oh, Edge, beautiful move. Flipping over the top and landing across the chest of Owen Hart as Jeff Hardy dropping those legs into the lower regions of Christopher Girard. And what would it mean for Christopher Girard there to win the European Championship? Somebody who is come a bit out of the blue in this universe mode. A lot of you probably weren't expecting to see him in here. And on his first night, he gets an opportunity to cement himself at the top of the card with the European Championship. Will it happen? I don't know. There's 3 other fantastic superstars in this match that could all walk away with the championship this evening. And talking of championships, man, we do still have one more match left for you on this episode. It's going to be Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan for the Raw Championship. Edge with that great front slam, and Jeff Hardy, surprise, surprise, is the first one to get a hold of a ladder, threw it into the ring and actually caught Christopher Girard in the back. Looks quite painful now. Girard has Jeff Hardy up and suplexed him onto the ladder. Christopher Girard showing his Combat Zone Wrestling experience there by dropping Jeff Hardy on the ladder with that suplex. Jeff's back up on his feet. And he's back down on his back again. Owen Hart with that great German suplex on Christopher Girard. It's a bit odd the way they've given Christopher Girard, they've changed his name from Biff Busick to Christopher Girard, but Rich Swann they've kept as Rich Swann. I thought that was quite strange. I know they've sort of changed what they're doing now name-wise, WWE. They let a lot of wrestlers keep their own name, but I think they slightly changed the way that merchandising is done. So I think that's one of the real reasons that they're doing it. And it makes sense because you can't just come in and rename guys like AJ Styles and guys like Nakamura and guys like Austin Aries, because the crowd clearly know who they all are. The crowd are obviously all fans of these wrestlers beforehand, so you can't just come in and, oh look, it's Aries Austin and stuff like that. It just doesn't work that way. I think certain people they'll change the names of. And it'd be interesting. By the time this video is uploaded, what I'm about to talk about may have already happened, but it's the Raw after WrestleMania this evening. Probably my favourite part of the entire WrestleMania weekend normally. And I'm just so looking forward to it because the rumours are rife that we could see Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows this evening. The rumours are rife that Mr. Finn Balor will be making his way up to the main roster. The only thing that makes me sort of think otherwise against it now is that Finn Balor retained the NXT Championship over Samoa Joe. So where's that sort of leave Finn Balor at the moment? I know Kevin Owens made his debut on the main roster with the NXT Championship, so that doesn't mean he won't go up, but I thought it would have made a bit more sense if Samoa Joe had taken the championship away from him, to tell the truth. Edge catches Girard and sends him over the top rope, crashing to the ground below, leaving Jeff Hardy and Owen Hart in the ring on their own. Jeff Hardy, electric chair, dropping Owen Hart onto the ladder. And it also sprung up and caught Edge as well. So Jeff Hardy, great move there, taking out two of his opponents. They're both back up now though. Edge sending Owen Hart to the outside, and Girard has Jeff Hardy again, and German suplexed him onto the ladder. Christopher Girard is so good around a weapon. He knows exactly what he's doing. Edge now sending Girard to the outside. That leaves Jeff Hardy in the ring on his own with a ladder. Edge sees the problem there and slides straight back into the ring. Oh, but only eats the ladder from Jeff Hardy. Jeff's now setting the ladder up in the middle of the ring. Went to try and climb it, but he didn't realise that Owen Hart had slid back in behind him. Oh, Christopher Girard's getting his own ladder out from underneath the ring. Sends it in and catches Edge in the back of it. And Owen Hart's up the ladder. No one seems to have noticed Owen Hart. Christopher Girard climbing up to join Hart on the top. And there's that big right hand now just launching Owen Hart off. And now Girard has a hold of the belt. Oh, Jeff Hardy took the ladder out. And Edge brought Girard down the hard way with the electric chair. And Girard's head hit the other ladder that he brought in himself. Bad idea there by Girard. The architect of his own downfall, I think. But we could have seen Girard. I was just saying a few minutes ago about how interesting it would be for someone like Girard to get this opportunity and to take it straight away and become the European champion. Of course, a lot of you will know Christopher Girard. I know a lot of you watch independent wrestling as well. So he's not going to be completely new to a lot of you. And Girard is now fighting Jeff Hardy up the ramp. And I'll tell you what, this whole Girard-Jeff Hardy little battle is looking like quite a decent match. Maybe these two could have a singles match or even a singles feud at some point. Owen Hart has a hold of the belt, but Edge comes up behind him. As Girard now... Oh, Owen Hart managed to fight Edge away, and Owen Hart's got the belt down. Owen Hart is our new European champion. Jeff Hardy and Christopher Girard still fighting on the outside. And a great little move there by Owen Hart. I've not seen it before. Edge came up behind him, and Owen Hart managed to kick him off, and then managed to... was trying to make his way back up to him, and there we go. Brand new European champion here. It's going to be Owen Hart. So that's 3 of our 4 champions are crowned now. The Giants, Andre the Giant and the Big Show, are our tag team champions. Becky Lynch is our Raw Women's champion. And Owen Hart is going to be our European champion. Really nice set of champions so far. We've got, one more championship match coming up for you next, of course. We're going to have the Raw Championship. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. As Owen Hart celebrating like only Owen Hart knows. I'm very happy for him, actually. That was a really good match. Probably one of the best ladder matches I've had on this game so far. The whole Girard, Jeff Hardy thing with the ladder was fantastic. The work they did together, some of the spots, and Girard with his German suplexes onto the ladder and his vertical suplex onto the ladder. He got electric chaired onto the ladder. It was really good. I really like Christopher Girard on this game. He seems to have a really nice moveset, and he's quite good in the ring as well. But let's get into our last match of the episode. And here is that last match of the episode. It is for the Raw Championship. It's Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. The following match is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Raw Championship. So interesting that Shane picked these two guys. Like I said, guys like The Rock have not managed to make their way onto this first opening card. So yeah, it's an interesting one, but I'm sure The Rock will be sat backstage right now watching this match. He'll have his eye on facing the victor of this one, maybe at our first pay-per-view at Extreme Rules. But I should imagine he'll have to earn that opportunity. He's not just been given a championship match. Maybe The Rock could face off against someone like a Bret Hart maybe next week to define our next #1 contender for the championship. That's something that could happen. Of course, Bret Hart didn't make it onto the card here this evening either. This evening. My words have lost me there. Of course, John Cena was in the opening match of the evening, that triple threat. Picked up a victory over Mankind. So again, maybe he could become a #1 contender as well. So we've got quite a lot of people to consider in this situation. And it's great to see Daniel Bryan in a ring once again. Of course, he's retired now, which is a bit of a shame. We've lost Daniel Bryan and Sting in the space of a few weeks to retirement. So it's a bit sad, really. But let's see if Daniel Bryan can become the first Raw champion in this universe mode. He's got to face off against Mr. Roman Reigns, the man who won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania and simultaneously got completely booed out of the building. The problem was it was quite a boring match as well. And you put a match... It probably wasn't... Standalone, it probably wasn't too bad of a match, but because it was after the Hell in a Cell and after the Battle Royal, and it was a little bit just not right. It just wasn't what we were all expecting. I know WWE have to really have the championship match as the main event of WrestleMania, otherwise it completely detracts away from the championship itself. But at the same time, you have to put your biggest match on, I suppose, and the biggest match probably was the Hell in a Cell between Shane and the Undertaker, which again was a good match. It didn't set the world on fire. I think the best match of WrestleMania was the women's triple threat match. I think that was the best match, even if I was very disappointed with the result. And that's what it's for, the Raw Championship. Which one of these two guys is going to walk out holding it? It's time to find out right now. So we've already crowned 3 of our 4 champions so far this evening. We've got the Giants, we've got Becky Lynch, and we just saw Owen Hart win that ladder match. Who's going to be joining them with the gold? My money... See, this is the tricky one, this one, right? My money, knowing the mechanics of this game, my money is going to be on Roman Reigns. Because submissions are a problem on this game. Anyone with a submission finisher really, really struggles to do anything of any real note. So I think Daniel Bryan's going to struggle if he locks the LeBell Lock. If he goes for the running knee strike, I think he'll be absolutely fine. But with the LeBell Lock, I think he's going to struggle. So the only reason I think Roman Reigns will win is because if he hits a spear, then I think he's going to be in a much better position to finish the match off. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, I suppose. Daniel Bryan now pulling Roman Reigns into the centre of the ring. And a big kick to the spine of Reigns. Of course, this match did actually happen at last year's Fastlane, I believe. It was the main event, wasn't it? Roman Reigns had to fight off against Daniel Bryan to become the #1 contender to face off against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I'm sure that's what it was, yeah. Reigns defeated Daniel Bryan and the crowd absolutely hated it. Yeah, because he won the Royal... Did he win the Royal Rumble last year as well? Reigns won the Royal Rumble, and then he had to face Daniel Bryan to keep his position at WrestleMania. He won that as well. And then he went on to the WrestleMania main event, and Seth Rollins obviously cashed in halfway through and won the championship, which was such a great finish at WrestleMania. But it makes me wonder just how long they can go on with Reigns the way he is, because at the moment, he is hated by the vast majority of the universe, and you can hear they boo consistently whenever he's in any sort of control of a match. And it just makes me wonder what's going through WWE's mind to continue just pushing on with this storyline, even knowing that the crowd are just not into it. So I think we could pretty soon see a Roman Reigns heel turn, I'm thinking. I think that's definitely what could be coming up, maybe even at tonight's Raw, which of course you guys would have already seen because I'm recording this ahead of time, trying to get a few episodes recorded before I get anything uploaded, just so I can have a little bit of backup stock, shall I say. Great dropkick there by Daniel Bryan, taking down Roman Reigns. Big right hand by Reigns. And I was stomping on the back of him as well. Reigns bringing Bryan back up to his feet. And there's a jawbreaker by Daniel Bryan. Bryan sending Reigns into the corner. Reigns with a back elbow. And Bryan brings him into the middle of the ring. What's he got planned here? Hooks the arms, looking for a butterfly suplex and hits it beautifully. In for the pin he goes. First pin of the match. 1, 2. It's a 2 count already for Daniel Bryan over Roman Reigns. And Bryan is in full control of this match. Like I said, the winner of this match will probably hold the championship all the way through until our... Well, I say hold it all the way till... They'll hold the championship all the way through till Extreme Rules, where they will make their first defense there. Reigns with a pin. Of course, over the next few weeks, we're going to have to decide who our #1 contender is going to be. Like I said, I'm sort of leaning towards maybe doing some sort of Fatal 4-Way match next week. Maybe The Rock, Bret Hart, and the loser of this match maybe as well. Give them another opportunity. John Cena. Roman Reigns now just pummeling the grounded Daniel Bryan, bringing him back up to his feet. There's the snap there. And a big kick to the back of Bryan. Roman Reigns giving him one of his own back. There's that big loose powerbomb by Roman Reigns, really hitting down hard. And here comes the worst move in professional wrestling. There it is, the Superman punch. I can't even say it. It disgusts me that much. I'm a big advocate of the spear. It's not Roman Reigns I don't like, it's that move. Why would anybody use a jumping punch as a signature move? I quite like the spear. Somebody made a suggestion to me ages ago, I can't remember who it was in the comment section below, saying that we should change Roman Reigns' finishes to a spear and a powerbomb. Just get rid of the Superman punch altogether and just have a spear and a jackknife, which I like the idea of that, actually. As Daniel Bryan now taking Roman Reigns down, here's the kicks to the chest of Reigns. And the big roundhouse to the side of the head, taking Reigns down, goes to the pin. He got a 2 count earlier. Can that be enough to keep Reigns down for the championship? It's not, it's only a 2 count. Reigns now launched into the ropes. Bryan sends him up, catches him into the bell lock, and this is what I was saying about the situation. Submissions are not very good on this game, and it could be a few times before... Might be a few times has to be locked in before Daniel Bryan can pick up the victory. But there is the big spear, and it looks to me like we're going to have our first champion in the form of Roman Reigns. 2. And no! Daniel Bryan has enough to kick out. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. As Reigns throwing Daniel Bryan into the corner. What more has Reigns got? Just forcing his foot into the chest of Daniel Bryan. Oh, big uppercut there by Roman Reigns, taking Daniel Bryan down now, up onto his shoulders. Big Samoan drop. And again, it's almost a free count, but not quite enough. Great Saito suplex there by Daniel Bryan, taking Roman Reigns down. And now Daniel Bryan is going up high. We know he likes to utilize the diving headbutt. Is that what he's going to be looking for here? No, Roman Reigns slowly getting back up to his feet, and Daniel Bryan decides against it. Reigns now bringing Bryan back up, went for the Superman punch, and Bryan slaps it away. And takes Reigns over with the snapman now, just locking the arm in. That was a big moment in the match there. Roman Reigns going for another Superman. If he'd hit another Superman punch and maybe a spear, you'd really expect him to walk out of here the champion. But great bit of blocking there. You can see that Daniel Bryan had definitely done his research. Reigns back up there with that punch to the stomach on Daniel Bryan, sending Bryan into the corner. And sending him even more into the corner, shoulder first into the post. As Roman Reigns just kick into the chest of Daniel Bryan. There's the pin by Reigns. 1, 2. Oh, so close once again to a free count. Reigns is really in control of this match at this point in time. But Daniel Bryan's back up. There's a Northern Light suplex. He's pinned Roman Reigns. Is that going to be enough to win in the championship? Oh, again, so close to a free count. Bryan now bringing Reigns back up, but Reigns saw it coming and just launches Bryan face first into the mat while twisting his arm. And there is the Superman punch. The crowd are booing. And I think the inevitable is going to happen. No, it's not. Daniel Bryan once again kicks out. And another big right hand by Reigns. Daniel Bryan's head is underneath the rope. And the referee is counted to the 3, and Roman Reigns has won. Should that not be a rope break, referee? Daniel Bryan's forehead was underneath the ropes. I'm pretty sure that should have been a rope break. And Daniel Bryan will not be overly happy with the result. Neither will the majority of the universe mode, I must say. Yeah, it's a big win, this one, for Roman Reigns. He's won the Raw Championship. Daniel Bryan won't be overly happy with the result because, like I said, I'm sure his forehead was underneath that bottom rope, which should have been a rope break in my book. So it looks like Daniel Bryan will definitely be getting an opportunity next week to fight out for the #1 contendership. Maybe against Cena, Bret Hart, The Rock. All fighting out for the opportunity to face Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules. As we watch just a few more of the highlights. And it's a bit odd because there's the Superman punch, which he got a 2 count for. And then he comes back with another punch, which I don't think, that wasn't a Superman punch. That was just a roundhouse sort of swipe. And you can't quite see the angle as well from here, but I'm sure that it's not much, only just a little bit. So for me, that could have been a rope break. That really could have been a rope break. But either way, it's not going to change the result of this match right now. Roman Reigns is the Raw champion. And he'll have to defend that belt at the upcoming Extreme Rules. And we'll be deciding who his opponent is going to be next week on Raw. And I'm thinking Fatal 4-Way is definitely the way to go. The Rock, Bret Hart, Daniel Bryan and John Cena for the right to face off against Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules. So that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you have all enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then it really does help me out if you do hit that like button. It really does help out. It makes the video easy to find for other people and helps the channel grow and all that sort of stuff. And of course, if you are new around here and you've not seen this before and you did enjoy it, then please hit that subscribe button as well. There'll be a lot more of this Universe Mode coming up. You will be able to find the link in the description below to all of the 4 brands playlists. Like I said, if you're watching this video very quickly after it's been uploaded, then the Thunder and SmackDown playlist might be a dead link at the moment, but there will be videos on there in a few days' time. I do promise you that. I've been Chevy Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in a couple of days for the first episode of Thunder, and it's going to be a big one, I promise you that. Big plans for that.